Hello, hello. So, hot take? I think happiness is overrated. Seriously. I mean, how many times have you heard someone be like, don't worry, be happy. The purpose of life is to be happy. If you can be anything, just be happy. And like, sure, I love happiness as much as the next person. But to put something so subjective and complex as the meaning of life, I don't know, it doesn't sit well with me. I see so much more value in something like satisfaction, for example, or in empathy and connection with other people, or a continued sense of awe and wonder for the world. So it drives me crazy that we as a species are so obsessed with being happy all the time. And sometimes we even look down on people if they can't be happy all the time. Maybe a lot of us view it as this supreme destination where finally our life will make sense and our true purpose will be fulfilled. Thing is, I'm pretty sure that happiness is a mirage and we can keep chasing it forever, but we'll never actually get there. When we're trying to figure out what to do with our lives, a lot of people will answer with, just do whatever makes you happy. As if that's an answer. I feel like this is kind of a non-answer because, honestly, I'm not entirely sure happiness is even real. Like, yeah, we've all felt joy or pleasure or gratification or something of the sort, but happiness as we define it is kind of a short-sighted emotion and not really a state of being in life. In a lot of ways, happiness as we define it is kind of like a drug. We get this hit of happiness and we have this brief and glorious exuberance where nothing else matters and we really don't want it to go away. But just as soon it fades away and we're kind of left empty and craving for more. This is why we oftentimes turn to temporary pleasures. We turn to things like alcohol, sex, adrenaline, because they give us this immediate hit that feels so good. And we continue to believe that avoiding unhappiness is somehow going to lead us to happiness. And to no one's surprise, the more we continue to seek, the further we actually seem to get from what we're looking for. We keep chasing after this illusion of gratification and keep thinking that once we reach happiness, everything will finally fall into place. I think in part this comes down to the limit of human language, especially English. We use happiness as this catch-all term for things like joy, satisfaction, gratification, pleasure, when in reality, these are pretty different emotions. Imagine how different your answer would be if someone asked you something more specific than, are you happy? Like, are you fulfilled in your current relationship? Do you feel satisfaction from your day-to-day job? Are you finding joy in that new hobby you just picked up? These kind of specific questions can give us a lot more insight in telling us if we're even on the right path. Like if you're just feeling overall unhappy, it's almost impossible to track what is causing you to feel that way. But when we break down the emotions and the different facets of life, it becomes a lot easier to pinpoint what's not working. The great Ralph Waldo Emerson is quoted to have said, "The purpose of life is not to be happy. It is to be useful, to be honorable, to be compassionate, to have it make some difference that you have lived and lived well." We're always after this illusion of gratification, thinking that we can reach happiness and finally everything will make sense. It's hard to see when we're in it, but I think when most of us look back on our lives to see if they were well lived, we won't really remember those brief moments of pleasure. These short moments of gratification feel awesome at the time, but the deepest satisfaction of our lives will probably come from longer-term things. The passions I decided to pursue, the people I surrounded myself with, even these terrible rough storms that we've sailed through. So maybe instead of consistently pursuing happiness as if it's something we can reach, we take where we are right now and find the happiness in the pursuit. Don't forget to like and subscribe, give your mom a call this weekend, and I will see you when I see you.